everybody, welcome to Table Talk. I'm your host. I'm Mike Falzone. Over here on my right, we got my buddy Sam Bashor, and over here on my left, we got Elliott Morgan. Big round of applause for Elliott. Just saying.
Thanks. Sorry.
And Zach. Andres. Right, everybody's clapping. You already know what the show is. It's Table Talk. We're friends and we're sitting around a table. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
And you guys, you fill this bowl with questions, and I get them out of the comments section with your hashtag Table Talk, and I go through and I say, "Well, that's a good question," and I cut it out and I put it in this.
You put it in the butt. We're not doing that. We're not doing other people. We're not doing each other's stand-up jokes.
Not right now. Later on, I have a show, and then I'll be doing your jokes.
Are you on that show tomorrow?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I'm probably okay.
No.
Cool.
I'll be there.
I'm not.
Too.
Really?
And I'll be in this thing with you guys. I'm there.
Sometimes he knows that he's supposed to yes and stuff, and he's like, I gotta do it. I need to do it. But
You pointed out one, it was with Steve, and you guys were going back and forth. It was really good. And then I was like, and you guys threw it to me. I was like, and I fill in the sound of the N.
yeah,
Punchline. And then it goes right back to you.
It's good. You made
It's the
fake
best I
words.
can do.
You do great. I've said consistently, okay, well, now you're melty candle guy again.
Oh.
Oh,
wow.
Sam, can we
wow.
start the show like
wow.
adults?
Is this yours?
What?
What is this?
This is
the
the original
launcher.
launcher, but they painted it to match the set.
Okay, I thought it was a cell phone case.
No, it's a fucking launcher, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you had some sort of a wristwatch taped to a
Yeah,
cell
that's
phone
Sam's
case.
watch. This is the worst version of everything you just said.
Yeah.
This would be the worst cell phone case
Yeah.
and the worst watch,
Yeah.
but the best launcher for questions.
I get it. I haven't
Elliott?
watched this show. I'm sorry. You post.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Stepping on
Rough.
some toes.
Old habits die hard.
Welcome to Table Talk.
Do you want to tell everybody either what you're working on or what you're excited about?
who you
or
are.
who the fuck you are?
I'm working on a thing right now that I don't want to. I'm working on a thing right now that I'm not ready to discuss. But I'm currently in the next couple weeks relaunching my channel with bringing back a show called Happy Hour, but it's going to be like a mix of the old Happy Hour and with elements from a show that I did here called The Study. So if people enjoyed The Study and that sort of irreverent humor, you will find more of it at youtube.com/Elliott Morgan.
Just Elliott being smart and mean.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do.
Hiding behind a middle initial.
Yeah, I can't help that, man. I hate that middle initial so much, dude. I really do.
But it really makes all the difference.
It's there's like 4 Elliott Morgans on Twitter. It does make all the difference because I think the moment somebody says their middle initial, you're like, okay, you know pretty much anything you need to know about.
What are you, like, an assassination
Yeah.
person?
Oh,
No one gets it.
okay.
What are you, a poet?
You're kind of an asshole? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I get it. Say no more.
I know a little behind the scenes info. I know that you're getting ready for all this stuff because you've been painting your walls. And whenever
Yeah.
you paint your walls, you're like, well, I'll film one show there on that wall, and then on the different colored wall, that'll be a totally different show.
Yeah.
I know the way you think.
It's just being a creator, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Paint
yeah.
walls.
I feel it.
Good.
How long has it been since you did Happy Hour?
Or did someone steal your fucking bones? What's happening? with
Sometimes
you?
I think about, like, how cool would it be not to have bones? I would really like to not have bones. I would like to be able to
You
move
wouldn't last
around.
15 minutes with no bones.
Yeah,
thought about it.
I would
bro,
see you.
Bro, you wouldn't last 15 minutes without bones.
I could last 15
Where
minutes.
I come from?
Bro, don't even pretend you don't want bones.
I could make it without bones. My scenario in my head is like, I could just roll out of bed, and then I remembered I live in an apartment building, and I'd have to get to the elevator. There's that little crack in between the elevator and the door that opens,
Yeah.
and I would just slip in between.
You're dead.
But how neat would it be to see what's down there, you know? That's
I
a
would always
mystery.
like to know what's down there. and I
Until
find-
somebody goes to the garage and then you're fucked.
When we were in New York, I was like, I want to see a clear, like, I wish they'd made all of the subways, like, clear and we could see all of the things. Because it's so confusing.
You
know?
never seen grossness before?
Yeah, I did there for
Just
sure. That
real
was disgusting. But I definitely wanted to, like, see the, like, intricacies of all the tracks. So that'd be
Yeah.
neat to go into.
There's some
sort of
New
elevator.
Yorkers watching right now and be like, nah, you don't. I would like clear.
No, you don't.
Nah, I don't. I would like clear. You drunk
Oh,
Michael
God.
Caine. What the fuck is Batman doing?
Don't I did, but it's keep doing this is.
I thought I fucking found Batman. What's he fucking doing? I took care of you after your parents bit the dust. I lost it a little bit.
A little bit.
It's okay.
Easiest way to get it back, say
nice.
his name. Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael.
It's Mike Cocaine. Is
Cedar House rules. If you didn't have any bones, what I would do is I would take you out of the writers area and I'd just stuff you in one of these cubbies. And I'd replace the Geif thing up there with you. It would just be you.
Me screaming, kind of like guttural thing.
I hate
And then, like, during it, I would try to, like, use muscles to kind of, like, flop out, and you're like, no.
don't get back in there. You would
Fold
move
Sam
like
back
a
up in
worm.
there. Squish Sam back in there. That's
Me and you just got off tour. We had Delman. Delman was like my first personal guest that I brought on the show. So what is your favorite memory hanging out with me specifically on tour recently? Life is a beautiful tour. Coming to a city near you if we can afford it.
Remember when we went to Connecticut and we did the jokes on the stage and everyone was, like, in the audience?
Me and Sam are also friends.
There's a
Sam
reason
needs
why
that.
I don't aim to do comedy.
Yeah, you do, man.
When?
Because you're taking UCB classes.
No, see it.
Don't do the neck thing like
That's
you're
good, man.
uncomfortable. Let's have a real...
Getting in front of people. That's great.
No bones, guys.
Listen, it was when we were in this creepy hotel that Mike found on Airbnb, and it was me and Mike, and it was the first day Delman had arrived, and it was after I had won a lot of money at a casino.
And Delman lost a lot of money.
All the bars were closed, so I was sober, and I was forced just to listen and talk to other people.
Weird.
And it was a great time. I remember I felt like a little slumber party, like a little child.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Nice.
Sophia.
It was very nice.
Cool.
I love.
Oh, thank you.
So I've never seen Sophia bum it around the office.
She's like, I'm going to
Ever.
work. I'm going to own it. This is what I do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Sometimes when it's too cold in here, you ever see when she wraps her head in the blanket, she's just walking around in like a blanket or a big coat, and she looks like an adorable baby that's just walking, like a tall baby that's walking around.
There goes that tall baby. I've been called
Somebody
that
should
a
be
couple
watching you. You do look like a kind of a stretched out baby. Do you want to grab a question out of the thing?
All right. Yeah. Casey379 says, everyone is a little bit hipster. What is something you liked before it was cool? Or what is something you like that isn't crazy popular and mainstream? Hashtag Table Talk. Do we still do the launch thing? Is that what we do?
Yeah.
No, we keep it on the table, but we try to steer people away from it for sure.
Okay. Do you put it on
Shit, I got
this?
stuck in sarcasm.
Do you put it on this cell phone case / wristwatch?
Oh boy, what's
Yeah.
that, a callback? Just shoot the fucking question. Oh, I'm always on.
Yeah, you can't stop this comedy train.
Whoa, it's like you've never used it before. If you can imagine that.
What was it? I wasn't listening.
Something, everyone's a little bit hipster. What's something you liked before everybody else did? I have an answer for this. It's called corgis. Corgis came really popular on the internet, and I was like, they called it, 15 years ago.
Cute dogs were your thing.
Yeah, and they became an internet trend, and everybody loves corgis now, and I'm like, yeah, you should.
All cute
I don't
dogs.
feel bad at all. I saw one today on the way here. It's probably the highlight of my week.
Interesting.
All downhill from here.
Yeah,
Certainly is.
probably for sure. Let's bring out the corgis. You came out, just placed the corgi in your lap, but she looked real pissed off
I
about
cried.
getting shit on the show.
I saw the corgi, and I was like, wait, what was you just saying? I wasn't in the moment. I'm sorry.
Let's cut to a clip of a corgi. Okay, now
was
they know what we're
wonderful.
talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I saw this corgi walking, and I was like, for some reason, I just said the phrase, "That's the one." Like, I was like, no, that's like somebody else's dog, and I was like, no, and like I hurt my
Thanks,
head.
the one.
Yeah, and I hurt my throat alone in my car, going, "Oh, that's the one," and I was like, that's somebody else's animal, like that they love.
Yeah. Can I share a similar experience? If I go in the corner, could you catch me on this camera, Zach? Because I don't want to be too close to the microphone when I do this. Legitimately, I was driving. This is months ago by this point. I was driving around and I saw somebody walking an obnoxiously cute dog. I don't know what it was, maybe a mini Doberman. It was very small and very perfect. And I
Did you
was
say
like, this-
Doberman?
Doberman?
Doberman.
My bad. I did say, I pronounced the hard V
It's
for
okay.
sure. And I was driving, I had sunglasses on, and I just went like this. Ooh!
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think you spittled on yourself.
Did I?
You got a little bit,
my
yeah, drop.
Guys, I'll be back. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, then here comes my little thing. But I have a similar one. I had it was really, really into hedgehogs, and then it
So
became a
much
little
nicer.
thing. Right? It's a little quieter.
Yeah.
It's like, we can. What do you do?
Well, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do about it? Yeah. Like I can't. Like I've never seen it before.
What is?
And it was way over there.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to know that you guys have a launcher now? But it's it's like besides that, this has been a good experience.
I
I
went
just
back there
caught
to
up to
clean
what you were
myself up.
talking about.
And I spit on myself more by accident. I was just hoping no one notices.
What did you say, Sam? What was your
Checking
experience?
for spittle.
Was it here?
No, you're good.
It's there somewhere. Keep looking.
Isn't it funny that spit is if it goes, but spittle is if it doesn't go? Anyway, this is Wonderwall.
Yes.
I like hedgehogs. I really was into hedgehogs for a good minute. I saw them. There was a guy that
Do you guys think you're the only people who saw animals first?
No, there was this
I
big
felt
fad
that.
for hedgehogs. They started making it BuzzFeed when they picked up hedgehogs. It was all downhill for me. But before that, I definitely saw people do little photo shoots where they put tiny little hats on the hedgehogs, like
Yeah.
littlest tiny little birthday hats.
Small hats.
Little.
I've heard.
It was just
You
cute.
can picture it.
Yeah, that was the thing. That's the thing that I liked more than most people
Your
before
thing
it
is-
got big.
Before they put the hats.
Man, I got
For real.
sentences nailed down fast, quick.
You've had a
and
long
down.
day.
I tried yesterday, fun fact. I tried not to drink caffeine, and oh my god, nothing got done at all.
Shit. What do you get headaches because you put
Pound,
down Red Bull like you're a veterinarian?
Like you're a veterinarian.
Like you're a Doberman.
That's always talking Doberman.
Fucking Doberman it is, isn't it?
I think it's Doberman. Well, I thought I did.
Well, alright. Well, fucking dark dog. Me personally, I fucking dark
I
dog.
thought it was a Doberman.
Dude, I say shit wrong all the time.
Yeah, it's
Whenever
all
I
the
go
time.
for an accent, it never pans out.
I know, dude. It's so
Ever.
hard. I'm trying to get an Irish one down, and it's not going good.
Irish and
Yeah.
Scottish is indistinguishable in my brain. I
Oh,
don't know
really?
what it is, not a clue.
Yeah.
You could supposed to start talking, and I'll just be like,
Got
it.
So ignorant.
Words.
I don't know either.
I'm
but I-
yeah, of course.
That's
I'm
probably
ignorant.
what you do.
I can hear the difference. I definitely can't and begin to. Anyway,
I'm trying to think of what I was really into before other people were into it, and I know there's stuff, probably like bands and stuff, but that's the most hipster thing. I was into being a hipster before a bunch of hipsters showed up, and then I was like, fuck, this shit's too much. There's too many of us.
yeah.
We're like, it's like,
Population
where's
explosion.
Waldo? But Waldo never shows up because everyone's like, I love music or whatever.
It's like Where's Waldo, but everybody's Waldo.
Yep.
I got something really.
It's like
hipster
Where's
to
Waldo,
say.
but like different, because it's more of like a cultural thing, you know, not a sampling side.
You were going to
Okay.
say something.
No, I get it. Oh, power through. I was gonna say I had a really, really hipster thing to say because I remember when my sister went to
I
school.
was into being stuff before everybody else hopped on.
Exactly. My sister was at school in Boston, and she found a band called One Republic before they like blew up.
Nice.
She had all their shitty MySpace like audio like
Yeah.
MP3 tracks, and she sent them to me. I was like, oh, cool. And then I heard one person play it, and then like this was like a year later, and then it got on the radio, and I got really hipster little butthurt about it. But then they became really bad, so I don't feel
They
bad
watch.
about
I
it
liked
anymore.
Wake Up. I like their.
The first one, right?
No,
That's
I
when
like
it's
the
like,
second one
wake
too.
up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. One
Exactly.
Republic.
Yeah, that's it. How do you? So you know.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like there's anything that you are into now that is going to be the next thing? Like, are you like, this is about to blow up?
I think wrestling's gonna come back around.
Yeah? Yeah, do you?
It's gonna make full
Do you
circle.
genuinely think that?
It can't be.
You just got so quiet. This is so intimate.
I'm thinking it over.
You don't want
Yes.
you don't want another Doberman incident?
I don't take back the Doberman comment. I mispronounced something. We're all flawed human beings. I'm sure you've messed up something in your life.
You should watch one video of SourceFedNERD News, and it's like riddled with grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes, stuttering.
Earlier this week, I had a bunch of fucking Dobermans. Who were real cute.
President of the United States, Joe Biden, said,
And what do? You power through. you keep going.
you pretend nobody happened. Like that.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
pick
Oh yeah.
pick a boy out of the man.
From YouTube, Vladimir1834 writes, "What's y'all favorite movie to watch on a rainy day.
Oh, it's fun.
Ooh, what a
League
nice
of Their
question.
Own.
Oh, great.
Mine's
choice.
League of Their Own.
You've been
And
talking about that a lot.
God, I always cry when Betty Spaghetti's husband dies, and I hear they're doing a reboot with an all-female
Spoilers.
cast, and it's like, that's crazy.
You tried out
good.
that joke.
Thank
earlier.
you.
You tried out that joke earlier.
Yeah, on Twitter, and I nailed it. Not like this Doberman thing falling flat, which was clearly a joke. Andres, right? Yeah. You remember?
What are you doing to him?
Agree with me, man. Do you guys have rainy day movies?
Movies?
I was just gonna say.
What are you gonna say? Speak into the microphone.
I was gonna say. I was thinking what would be the worst answer, and I was gonna say TED Talks.
You ever seen that movie TED Talks?
You know, just to like broaden my scope, my understanding of certain subjects. You know,
That's cool.
so like,
Yeah.
but the real
But you
answer
couldn't
is
get all the way there before it was your turn to talk.
right. So it was a lot, you know. Didn't really work it out.
Yeah.
Wasn't like that sweet thing about the female cast.
Months ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably, I don't know, like a hook. No, you know what it would be? Jurassic Park. Because when
Jurassic
it's
Park's a
raining
good
in
one.
Jurassic Park, that'd be dope.
That's spooky.
It's so rare that it rains around here. Sitting inside and watching anything is real nice.
Yeah, it's almost like I probably wouldn't. I might just sit and listen to the rain. If it rains in the morning here, oh my goodness, what
Hell
a day,
yeah.
huh?
The new
There's
place.
nothing better.
No.
I would normally, like, if we were in Connecticut, I'd be shitting on you so hard right now. When it rains in the like fucking every morning,
Yeah.
Elliot. But no, it's magical when it rains here.
No, where
And-
we live now, we face the sunset, so like our balcony does. So
Oh,
like
that's
it's nice to
nice.
sit out. Like one time, like we sat out and like just drinking a beer, and I was like, this is nice, but I would like to.
Do you drink beer out of teacups usually?
Yeah.
You take it. You
We-
have a bottle.
we
You
were
pour it on
finishing
your
the
thumbnail
smallest
and
beer.
smack your mouth with it like that. What the hell is wrong with you?
Please do the neck thing again.
Yeah, that's really
Oh,
my
it's funny.
whole thing.
Do you guys still have your roof access or whatever
Ow.
you have? I'm sorry.
See, this is where I think bones would come in here.
I would just scoot away.
God, I wish I could protect myself with some bones.
Short circuit 2.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. That's the second
Really
time
good
we've gotten to
choice.
talk
Ready?
about that today.
Short
Oh.
circuit 1.
No.
That's out of there.
Oh,
Short
garbage.
circuit 2. Attack on New York or whatever. They're in New York now.
Oh, it's robots in space. Yeah.
He has a kite in that one. It pops out. It flies around.
Yes, a kite.
Do you remember the movie Short Circuit with Alan Thicke
What's
and
that?
a little robot boy, and he had a thing in his arm, and it popped up, and I thought it was like the craziest thing. in the
Alan
world.
Thicke?
Yeah, it's called short. No, not did I say Short Circuit?
Yeah, you said
Yes.
I was confused. I'm like, Short Circuit
Yeah,
is the
we
one
were
with
just
Johnny
talking
5
about
is alive.
Yeah. No, I misspoke. I Doberman'd it, but way worse. That would have been like if you saw a Doberman and was like, and I saw a bunny. Like, you need a dog?
Look at how cute that hedgehog is.
Let me find out what this movie is. Though.
All right, while you're doing that, I'll talk about an obnoxiously nerdy thing.
Almost took out
I'm
Camille.
so happy that everybody's okay. An obnoxiously nerdy thing that I do on either days off or rainy days, this is amazing, especially if you're a wrestling fan. There's these books called The History of Wrestling. And they're video guides, and what they do is they go over every episode of Monday Night Raw and every pay-per-view, and there's like 4 or 5 men and women, and they wrote these books, and they're all like that thick. You can go through by year, and they review every match on every show that's ever been televised or taped or whatever, and they're really funny and really interesting. So I'll watch something from like 1996, and I'll go and I'll read through as the pay-per-view is like progressing, like, oh, this happened in this match, they rated it 3 stars, oh, this got a negative star, I can't wait to see how bad this is, and it's my favorite thing.
That's cute.
Do you know what?
We're all nerds,
First
right?
of
We're
all,
not supposed to judge you.
this happened one time. I went over to your place and you had it on, and you were like turning it off, and you like started to make like this is what I like to do, and I was like, we've known each other a while. I was like, it's okay that you like wrestling. You don't have to qualify it. I've accepted it.
Even yesterday we went to breakfast, and I was like, I learned this one valuable thing. I don't want to get into what it was about, but it was about Oh man, I have to explain too far back.
Yeah.
But anyway, I started talking about wrestling. I was like, I'm sorry to bring this into the conversation again, but it's a wrestling thing, and this principle kind of overlaps into what we do. And you were like, you could stop apologizing for liking what you like.
Yeah, it was a big moment.
So many years of me saying anything involving wrestling.
Just
and
a lot of
people being
triggers.
Like,
just a
oh,
lot of-
well, I'm gonna tune out with everything you have to say from here on. I watch
Wait, is that
people's
how you?
eyes tune
Oh, I
out.
was like, did someone say that to you? Because I always feel that way when I talk about comic book stuff.
Yeah,
Really?
Oh, so you get
Yeah.
it. Everyone who's
Not
nerdy
movies,
about something
comic
gets
books,
it.
because people don't follow. Not a lot of people follow.
But I don't think it has that same kind of judgment and stigma that wrestling does, right?
True.
You never know.
True, that you're right. There isn't.
Even
But like, I
in
can
saying
tell when
that-
people
Huh?
zone out. I can tell
Yeah.
when people zone out.
Well, it does have a judgment and stigma, though.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
You've accepted that.
Yes.
So,
And that's
good.
why I add 10 minutes onto every fucking conversation I have about it, explaining the backstory. Is there anything
Everything
that
you're
you
thinking
talk
is critical of WWE, I'm already aware of.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell
Even the
you-
fact that there's an E at the end and not
Yeah,
an F.
I matched with somebody on Tinder, and she was like, "If you're not a WWE fan, unmatched now." And I was like, "Wow, that's the first thing you wrote before like hi or anything." It was like, "All right, let's just go ahead. I won't bring it up." And then I made a little joke about it, not about her watching it, just about like, "Oh, my name would be whatever." Like you come up with a name, and she's like,
That's how you know you don't watch it.
"Yeah," and then she was like, "That's not funny. If you're gonna joke about WWE, you could just unmatch." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. Did I offend you?" And she said yes, and then unmatched. I was like,
Oh, well, that's
like,
real good.
"Oh, this conversation was already off to a rocky start."
That person's got a lot more going on than just WWE.
Yeah, it's
True.
not just
This
it's
is
not
her
just
like
that.
thing,
Yep.
so I shouldn't have touched it. I should have waited a little bit.
Shit, dude, you're waiting
Yeah.
for her at the restaurant, and you're like, you'll know me because I'll be wearing a suit jacket and a red rose, and then she comes in, and it's just like Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance music. You hear glass break. I just in my mind, I cut to your first date, and we had a little earbud situation going. I was hiding in a bush telling you
I
everything
always
to
wanted
say.
to do that. I've
Yeah, I'm your
always.
guy, man.
Yeah?
I'll tell you what to say on dates.
You should do that. That'd be a funny video for you.
I would love to do that.
When you were describing your nerd thing, I was about how you do go through the minutes or whatever. Do you know that show Breaking Bad? You know, at the very end, you know, like the big black guy, Huel.
Yes.
And he kind of Hank is like, stay in this apartment.
Yeah.
And you never see Huel again.
Yeah.
And there's
He'll
like,
stay in this apartment.
yeah, exactly.
That's what he'll do.
There's this alternate ending where after Walter White, you know, ends, it cuts back and Huel's just still sitting in the apartment. And I had a very funny image of you alone in your apartment with dead silent and you with just a notepad. And it's just a span of 12 hours. And you're just so content and so happy by yourself.
Sitting on a couch with a blank notepad? What the fuck is wrong
No,
with me in
looking
this
like
scenario?
the same idea, but you just for a very extended amount of time going through wrestling and just being like, and not being completely self-sufficient and nobody ever, no contact with any other humans, no need to just make money. You found what you wanted, which
Yeah.
is an empty apartment and
Yeah,
wrestling.
the only thing that's incorrect about that scenario is that it's not dead silent.
right.
That wouldn't make any sense. But legit, if you had a camera on me, it would be 6 to 8 hours of going like exactly what you said, like, oh. And I have so many of these books, and I've like tweeted history of wrestling, and they never get me back or whatever. They're like, "Yeah, dude, you're a fucking nerd." Everybody, that's why we wrote those. We know.
Would that be a dream come true? If you could like be a part, are they done with it, or they still make those things?
I think
all
they
the
still
time?
write stuff. I'm thinking about doing one for The Office. I wanna. Nope, not our office.
Oh, okay.
I wanna go back and I wanna. What's up, Will?
You said that I was gonna be on the table talk with Elliott.
Sophia said you weren't available. Do you want to
that's
come
really
in
sweet of
and
you.
make yourself seen?
You want to top out?
No, it's just like you told me that Elliott was gonna be on the table talk.
Are we making a bit out of this, or what are we doing?
No, it's just that I was.
You want to tap out?
Yeah.
You want to tap out?
And then Sophia said that you weren't available, so I made the show happen anyway because that's what the host does. Launch it. I'm so sorry I hit you. Did I hit? He just stood up like he was gonna kill me. Who's next? Did I do one?
No, I don't think so.
How did we do?
You know, back in my day, we just would throw that, you know what I mean? I think Joe started.
Cool. Cut to clip. Almost.
Yeah.
Much better than the first one. First one was
Kind of
atrocious.
story of my life.
Spider Dude 11 at Spider with a Y, of course, says, "What's the farthest you've ever been from home?" Question mark.
Europe.
That
In
counts.
general, just Europe is there.
You used to be general in Europe.
I just showed up.
You were at a general store in Europe once. That must have been fun.
Stumbled in there.
Did you get aspirin?
Yeah. Got
Nope.
a couple band-aids.
Cool.
Thanks.
Far from
And yes, sir.
far from what?
home.
Well, that's interesting because it implies that so wherever you are is where you live, and
Oh
that's home.
no, is this gonna be a fucking like, do any of us really have a home type situations?
Remember the wrestling thing?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, you don't have to apologize for what you like.
Yeah.
Do you
I
want
remember you saying
Have that
that.
was cool, right? When I did that,
That was nice of you for a second.
I just feel like we're all seeking home. You know, we're all trying. To
Oh
find that-
boy,
that
I'll take
feeling of
this and
acceptance.
you finish whatever you're doing to your
You
camera.
know what I mean?
Finish whatever you're doing to these
But
people
that's
to
the
your
point.
camera.
There is no finish. There's no end. You know, it's a constant journey.
Oh, I went to England once.
I went to Paris. That was France. That was the furthest I've ever been.
We're all
I think, right?
seekers. Physically
Yeah.
implies that you can't even do it mentally. You know?
I went to
My home
England
is
for
here.
3 days, and
Existentially,
it
you
was
can go
too
further
short. And I remember walking around trying to find some English food or somebody who pronounced all their words with F's.
Even if you think about transcendental meditation, traveling,
And
that
I
is-
remember getting fish and chips, and then I went to a group. I think it was an audition for something. I was
Alternate
only there
dimensions,
for a couple of days. A
chakras.
humble brag.
That's
right?
cool.
crystals. You know.
And so
Energies,
what
those are
ended up
traveling.
happening was I got fish and chips, and then I was like, guys, I'm a real Brit now. I got some fish and chips.
We're actually
And they
adults
said,
living for
oh, the
billions of
place that
years.
you went, it was basically like going to the McDonald's of fish
Same
and
as.
chips, and you had no real
Think about past lives. You know,
experiences
think about
that
where they went.
also were like, these are true British experiences.
I'm
That's all I
not
have to say.
good when more than one person talks, so I haven't heard anything for the past like 2 minutes.
You want to pull another question, guys?
Canada.
You know what? Let's
Really?
do a little. Is that the first you've ever been from home?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of places, but I've never been to Europe. I've never been to, and I'm from Florida, and so I think of that as like the home, you know? And
Yeah.
then so might be further, if you consider that the, you know,
Which-
because I went straight up Niagara
Here.
Falls, like that kind of
Oh.
thing. So, yeah, I mean, I really want to go to Europe, though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I'm glad. On tour, was that the first time you were ever in New York City?
It wasn't the first time, no, but it was the first time I got to spend some real time there. When I did the lip sync battle thing, the first one was in New York, and I was there for like 4 days, and I was
That's
just shooting.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
It was very fun, but the getting to like spend, weeks there was.
Have
so
you been
cool,
to
man.
Toronto, Canada?
I don't think so.
Toronto's the shit, man.
Yeah,
that the 6?
Toronto looks beautiful.
Yes, it's one of the sixes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Toronto. I'd love to go to anywhere. I like places.
Yeah.
Big fan of places.
Let's tour more.
Okay.
Maybe you've heard of this. This is Mike Falzone's illegal cup of Q's. It's a small cup inside a small box.
I love what you've done, by the way. This is very nice.
Thank you. That means a lot, coming
You're
from
doing great. And you are too.
Thanks.
This is great.
I think Sam is doing great.
Mike, you're doing great.
You ever
We're
think
all-
about the name Table Talk?
I think about it
about
sometimes when I
switching
have
it
to
up?
say it.
Yeah. Not.
What else would you call it?
Ah,
Talking with friends.
I get it. No, I get it. It's over the plate, But
Yeah.
I just feel like,
Well, you're talking at a table. We just figured.
yeah. No, I get it.
Why
Yeah,
go
it's just-
further
Yeah.
than what you got right
Yeah.
here? It's you have this.
We could take out the table, leave the chairs, just call it talk.
I mean, you have questions. You got the launcher. You got a lot of different fun things.
You know what fucks me up
You didn't
is.
put a coffee machine on this as like a reference.
Well, it's not a real room, so 3 walls.
I just meant, coffee machine like the
The bit.
bit. Yeah.
The bit.
It'd be fun if you referenced bits in the. Set,
That
in the set.
that would be good.
Yeah. Well, it's
There's some lights over here.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, it's right over the plate.
Stripson's lights.
It's all there. Yeah.
I'm gonna get my favorite toy.
Okay, go ahead, man. Oh, this is interesting to distract us from
Cool.
any other thing that
Any
goes
other
on.
thing that goes on?
While you're being interested in this, it's magnets.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Elliot, since you're the guest, I would love for you. We lost him.
I'm not sorry about this.
Sam, we
I'm
lost
not.
him.
This is.
It's like a fucking corgi just dropped by.
I didn't want to show anybody,
Oh,
but
it
I'm
is
wearing a tank top
nothing.
today.
Can we see these parts of your arms?
No.
My favorite part today was when you checked your sweat stains and you were like, what the fuck, I'm not even wearing a shirt.
Yeah,
Do you think this
it did some
table-
damage.
Is perfectly level, and then if it was more level, it would create a more spherical.
Do I really have to
Curtain.
kindergarten teacher this shit and like put this somewhere else until we're done?
Well, you guys figure if it's actually symmetrical,
Symmetrical? Is that a Doberman type?
The coolest part is that this is also an audio podcast, so they have no idea what's happening.
Oh, really?
Okay,
And we transcribe it and release it as YouTuber books.
you guys, this is a Leo Cup of Q's.
Oh, sorry.
Comes in a Leo box of A's. Do you want to put one of these? These are conversation starters that I wrote for me and my friends.
Awesome.
There's one that's different.
Was that a cue before?
That's the one.
Was that a little cue?
Not this has
Never?
always been what this
I thought this
is.
was a little box of cues.
It's a Leo. It contains a Leo cup.
My bad. I got
Little
it clear
box
now.
of cues. All
Hey,
right.
don't get confused with the packaging. Just read it.
Oh, I read it now?
Yeah.
All right, I didn't want to.
I'm gonna put this elsewhere.
What's your public restroom process?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting to have you of all people read that, and I'm very interested to hear how you, Elliott Morgan, read that.
Are you referencing a story?
Yup.
I can't talk about that story.
Okay. I respect you.
But there's
all
so
I'm
much
saying,
setup.
I just
I will.
want the world to know that there is a story, and Elliott refuses to talk about it, and that's fine.
I have to get. It's one of those stories that requires a certain level of approval, and therefore, I
Who
can't.
are you seeking approval from, do you think?
Not approval so much as, hey,
A little heads up.
got a funny story, but
Yeah.
you already gotta know about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I will say that there's a.
What's your you gotta pee in public. What's your process?
Pretty straightforward, man. I go in there, I get it done. I will say I depending on how the toilet seat looks, I don't
Yeah.
often use a toilet seat cover if I'm going poo poo.
You don't.
I
use
don't
toilet
either.
seat.
Yeah,
I don't
because
have
I'm
time
like-
for it.
What like if it looks clean now, if there's even a drop of whatever, then I'm wiping it and I'm sitting down.
Now what is whatever? Go ahead.
Usually, I mean, it could be anything. It could be that. First of all, public restroom toilets typically flush like they're trying to suck down part
Yeah,
of
why
a
is
body
that?
part. Like it's insane.
Like you're afraid that
You
part of
never-
the stall's gonna go down there.
Right, exactly. And so when you flush it, it like usually there's a sprinkler effect that happens. Yeah, it's that. And so
Yeah.
you don't know if you're looking
Splashback.
at water or if you're looking at splashback. Yeah, exactly. So I go in there. I don't use a toilet seat cover. First of all, also they're the most poorly designed things in the world. They don't make any sense.
Amen.
You do it. And then it's like, and then it reaches a point where it's like you have no clue. I got to a point where I Googled how to use it because I was like, maybe this is one of those life hack things and I've been doing it wrong my entire life.
Yeah.
No one's doing it
you
wrong.
have to fold it
It's
twice and
just-
rip it in the middle.
Exactly, yeah. Like
Wait.
maybe there's some clever thing.
I
No,
got
no.
traumatized because I did
Don't.
it backwards, where like you rip it and the back end falls out. But when I peed, it
Oh, yeah,
splashed
yeah.
back up me.
You
Yeah.
peed on the covers?
No, you got the thing. You
Yeah,
got
did
the
you
middle
see
part.
the pee when you did you see the cover when you went to
I did, but I was trying to like dodge it, but I wasn't fully paying attention, and then it didn't like hit me in my own face. It just kind of.
What else did you have going on?
I'm having a problem because I have
As
no
an
idea
8-year-old,
what
I
he's
got a
talking
lot.
about
I
right now.
have my life was
Oh,
a
okay.
mile a minute, so I couldn't.
Chaotic.
Yeah, you got kindergarten.
Yeah, I got a
yeah,
pee right now, but
You were 8 and you peed and you had to dodge it? In what universe?
Wait, think about it. You got the toilet seat
Were you a
cover.
cosmonaut?
Think about the toilet seat cover. You just break the. There's only like 3 little holes, and then it's still connected to the. Anybody got one?
Here's
do
what
we
you
have
do.
a toilet seat cover?
Also, I'll add idiots at the end of this. Here's what you do, idiots. You take the toilet seat, John, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you rip it, but you don't rip it all the way. Oops, nice and gentle. So
Yeah.
you got the flappity flap hanging off, and then you hang it onto the shit,
yeah.
right? You put it on the toilet seat, and then you know how there's the toilet seat is kind of like a horseshoe shape, and then there's the porcelain, which everyone has peed on since the beginning of time. Ricky, you know what I'm talking about? You pee on it all the time. So then you do the flap that you haven't ripped all the way off over the porcelain. Yeah. And then you sit down and make sure your wiener doesn't touch anything, and you're fine.
Nuh-uh.
That's what I did.
No, that's wrong.
That's what I did.
That's
Please
wrong.
tell
And
me
the
how
pee
that
came
is
back
wrong.
up when I did that.
No, the flap is.
The pee came back up from what? Did you pee onto a slide?
Not back. Not back up. It just you hit it, and then you know when you pee into a
Yeah.
urinal that's a little too shallow when it hits you in the legs.
Okay.
You
okay,
pee
okay.
wrong.
We're going to real no, but you're doing the thing wrong too. The flap is so that if the flap goes in the water, so when you flush it, it takes the whole thing down, and you're not left going, like stuffing it in there and having to touch the toilet seat. You're supposed to place it. Flap gently touches the water, and that's what sucks the cover down.
Do you think I touched the toilet seat, Elliot?
No, I'm saying you're using the cover wrong.
I don't think so if I've never touched the toilet seat. And you're
How do
saying,
you get it in the thing though? So you're
you
basically
kick it with
saying
your foot.
you kick it with your foot.
That's also gross.
There's
all
no-
your feet are collecting all the dirt and shit that's on the ground and the piss.
Do you pee
We don't-
barefoot?
Huh? What? No, but you use your hands sometimes to flush the toilet, and then you use your foot on the toilet, and now all the germs from the floor are now on the toilet.
Yeah.
I played soccer,
Also-
so I use my feet for everything in the bathroom except for pooping.
But do you understand that you are using it wrong?
Nah. I know that my ass cheeks, thank you, don't touch the, thanks for switching that camera, don't touch the seat, and I know that I don't fucking pee on myself, and I know that my hands don't touch a germy thing, so I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, if I'm
Be
being totally
real.
honest.
Be real. When you use a urinal and you're wearing a pair of shorts, you feel the pee splash back on your shin.
Well, I don't wear
Yes,
shorts
all the
because I'm
time,
not
yes.
12.
It's awful.
You don't wear. Yes, you wear shorts.
Only when I'm playing basketball.
Or
You know
you're
what?
at the
If you're
beach.
not wearing shorts, it's still splashing on you. You're just not feeling it.
Right.
We're all walking around covered in pee and poop all the time.
Well, I don't lick my jeans, so it's never much of a problem.
Yeah.
How am I using this thing wrong?
The flap goes in the water. It sits in the water so that when you flush it, you no longer. When you are done pooping, ideally you are done with the cover.
Don't agree with him from off camera.
I'm right. I googled it. It was very bothered.
When have you ever gone poop and part of the what do you call it? Cover isn't already in the water.
What?
What?
Part of the cover. Now this is wrong. Every time you do the cover, the first 15 times you put the cover on, something's already in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's an awful invention. But the intended use is.
doesn't use the cover.
That's
We
not
were
what
talking about
it was,
we don't. We
Yeah.
use it when it's
Aggressively.
we
If
use
it's
it
like-
terribly. When it's terrible, like an awful situation, then
Yeah.
you use it.
Yeah.
But I spit on my hand and I'll go ahead and I'll wipe it out.
Even the
let's get
joke's
this-
disgusting.
Get this
That's
warm
so-
and clean. And then I come out of the bathroom, I'm like, Sam, good to see you. And I put it in his mouth.
You got good hair today.
Good mouth.
Well,
Great mouth
get
today.
some on your mouth right there.
We were in Connecticut and.
Humble brag.
Yeah, no, we were in Nyack, and I had been treating my body poorly because prior to that we had been in New York and I was eating everything. And
Saw you do it.
my system wasn't great. I wasn't feeling good, and we did a show at Blvd Live, and it was wonderful. And then we went out to eat, and we were at an Irish pub, and I went into the bathroom there because I felt that I didn't need to do anything, but I felt like if I tried my best, that maybe I would be in a better situation post, effort type
Call
of
that
thing.
perseverance.
So I went into there and I used, thank you, that brings us back to here. I used the toilet, there's only one toilet, it was a tiny little restaurant. The toilet seat was broken to the point where when I would sit on it, it kind of would slide just a little bit. And so I had to kind of like balance, and then eventually I was able to take care of business, and it was not good business. It was not. It was
bad
exactly
business.
the bad. When you're just like, it's gonna be whatever it is, it's not gonna be good, and it wasn't good. And then it came time to finish up, and by that point I was, and that brings us back here, and it came time to finish up, and I got so kind of enthralled with what had just happened, for lack of a better word. For lack of a Doberman, I grabbed toilet paper and I'd forgotten that the seat was the position that it was. And when I'm a lean and then wipe kind of guy. This is a lot of information.
It's an average lean and
This is
white
like-
kind of guy.
Yeah, I'll lean, because a lot of people go under, and I'm like, what kind of savage? So I go like that, and I forgot, and the seat just went like that a little bit, and I kind of went like that, but I had already begun the process, and so you talk about grossness, I was a mess, it was everywhere, and it was all over myself, and I went outside, and everybody was having a great time, and I still felt horrible, but felt good about what I had done, and I washed my hands 4 times, and then I ordered a beer, and then I remember vividly that night Mike going, "This is the best turkey burger I've ever had," and that was the
And then I was like, you gotta
Highlight.
try this. And then you took a bite.
Yep.
You like this? And you gave it back.
All I remember is I sat down and Delman was like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, I truly don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And now I can talk about it.
We haven't shaken hands since.
Yep.
Guys, this has been Table Talk. Thank you so much. What?
No, I had bathroom stories.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
fine.
I thought that was a good ending.
It was, and then I.
Go ahead,
ruined
Sam.
it.
You
I-
didn't ruin anything. Tell me your bathroom stories, but make it better than Elliott's for sure.
so
'cause you
real
did
and
this.
true.
Okay, because I'd stopped the train. We gotta keep it going.
Yes, and.
Yeah, yes, and I would. When I was younger, I got really nervous about ever using public bathrooms ever at school or anything, and so it always build up. So one time when I was in high school, we went to Paris, and having to be around a lot of friends and people I were in class with, couldn't poop the whole time we were there, and it was like a 2-week trip. And eventually, I had to go.
Yeah.
I had to go.
You have
And
to.
the one time I had to go, I was like, I'll just do it in the hotel room like a big boy, and we're gonna go in the. I'm like what, 16 years old. I'm like a big boy. We're gonna go in there. Did it. Destroyed the toilet. Didn't work.
Oops.
Didn't. Stop working. Bathroom shut down. They had to bring people into the room to fix it.
Like shattered the porcelain? Or what happened?
Yeah. Was it just the most incredible crap of all time?
It's 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 days of pasta. So that's what the toilet wasn't.
It was just
prepared.
noodles.
Yeah.
Just clogging up the
Oodles
drains.
of poop.
Oodles and poo noodles. Oh
sorry.
no.
Poodles.
You had oodles of poo noodles? You had oodles of poodles?
Anyways, the guys the people at the front desk had to come up and take care of it while everybody watched and was drinking.
I like to imagine
I
he's just
didn't
a
have a good
concierge,
story.
and he like puts on. He's wearing a suit, but he just puts on gloves, and he gotta fix a fucking.
No, the poodle
I'm
incident.
glad I was able to end on a better note than that.
Well, I'll say something to do it, and I'll listen. You're all right. I'll end this with my bathroom process plus a helpful hint afterwards for all you guys. So what I do is I do the knock on the door to see if anyone's in there, and no one ever answers to the knock. So what I'll do is I'll move the handle or the knob halfway so they could say, "That's your last chance. I'm coming in." Now I'm coming in and no one's there. Please don't laugh.
That's a really
come
good
in,
system.
and then we go through the whole it's a cover process, and there's so many things after that. And me and Zach were talking about earlier today what you do if somebody walks in on you in a stall, and Zach had a story where somebody walked in on him and he just went, "Yeah," or whatever he said. That's pretty good.
You
And
learned
I
a lot
think-
about yourself in that moment.
Oh
when you
yeah,
walked in
yeah.
on
And that's
how
like
you would react in a dangerous
that's how
situation.
your soul would react for sure, and it's a fight or flight type
Yep.
situation. And last time somebody walked in on me in a stall, I said, "You're here." Guys, this has been Table Talk. Thank you so much for joining me, Elliott Morgan or Elliott C, whoever the fuck. This is Sam Bashor. Where can they find you on the internet, Elliott?
We don't have to.
And
You know.
thank you so much for joining us today. If you want your questions in this bucket so I could do this to them eventually, go ahead and put them in the comment section of this video with the hashtag Table Talks, and I'll find them. Oh, fucking shut up, Sam.
If you shake the handle, I'll giggle, and then you'll know I'm in there.
Occupy!
Have you seen John Mulaney's bit when if somebody tries to come in, he's like, "There's someone in here."
Yeah.
There's a carnival barker in that bathroom. I start going, no, for sure.
You don't want
I try to be like cool with it, like I'm imagining it's my friend, like, nah, dude, don't, nah, I'm still, nah, brah.
Oh man, be real. Oh, man,
dude.
don't come in.
Yeah.
Come on.
What if you're like, Mom? Mom! I don't know, yours is better. Okay, good that we ended on a, let's just, thank you.
And over.
I think, all right, thanks guys, thank you for having me. That came in a little later than sincerity would have.
This would make this the best episode of Table Talk ever if we all got up and there were toilet seat covers on all of our seats. That would have made that. We'll get there.
We'll get that far ahead with the questions.
Okay, good.
All right, bye.
Hello, everyone. I'm Professor William Haynes. Too many children across America are illiterate. No one reads anymore. They have these iPads and iPhones, and they do not read books. Books are where the real knowledge are. So today I thought I'd find a lot of youth where they are and give them these magazines that happen to be pornographic, and I want you to write a 5-minute essay describing it for me.